and juice drinks.
Back at 7:45 with Rod Blagojevich, the ousted governor of Illinois who is under indictment, accused of trying to sell President Obama's former Senate seat. He says he did nothing wrong, and he's telling his side of the story in the new book, The Governor, The Truth Behind the Political Scandal That Continues to Rock the Nation. Rod Blagojevich, good morning to you.
Good morning, Meredith.
Since your arrest and the subsequent impeachment and the indictment, you've said repeatedly that you did do nothing wrong, that you're innocent, and that eventually the facts will vindicate you. Is that why you wrote this book, essentially to prove your innocence?
Well, that's certainly part of it. When you're falsely accused of things you didn't do, when you've been lied about, and then stripped from office after they prevented you from having the truth be told, including all of the different tape conversations that were the basis of the false accusations.
So you wanted your story on the record?
When you're an honest person and you believe that you want to tell the people who hired you and trusted you that you didn't let them down, you look for the highest mountaintop that you can find and you want to shout out and say, it just ain't so. And so no one hears you if you're on top of a mountain, so the next best thing is to write a book and be on a television show like yours and tell people this.
A lot of people who will be picking up this book are going to do so because they want to know your response to this charge that you tried to sell the Senate seat that was being vacated by Barack Obama when he was elected president. In the book you write, this is a quote from you, "There is nothing in my private conversations that would verify I was trying to sell the Senate seat." Yet in those taped conversations released by U.S. Attorney Patrick Fitzgerald right after your arrest, you're quoted as saying, "I want to make money on the Senate seat, and I've got this thing and it's bleeping golden, and I'm just not giving it up for bleeping nothing." Now those two quotes, again, widely circulated, suggest that you were trying to sell the Senate seat. Why didn't you address those quotes directly in your book? Are you saying that you never said that stuff?
No, this is a story that is completely upside down. My accusers, and I should point out, I was arrested the morning after at 6 a.m. I had FBI agents in my bedroom at 6 a.m. The morning after, I had instructed my chief of staff, as I write in the book, to work out the tactics on what we had been working on, which was a routine political deal that would have appointed a U.S. Senator in exchange for the creation of 500,000 jobs through the investment of a public works bill.
You wanted to appoint well, let's just get the facts out. You wanted to appoint the Illinois Attorney General, Madigan, if her father, who was Speaker of the House in Illinois, would pass some of these bills that you had championed. He was
blocking a jobs bill. He was blocking expanding health care to working families and middle-class families. And I wanted also a written guarantee not to raise taxes on the people. A lot of political leaders were involved in those discussions with me and were willing to help us out, including the President's Chief of Staff, Rahm Emanuel. You say Rahm Emanuel knew about this deal you were trying to make? We were engaging him to be involved and try to put it together. The senior senator from Illinois, Dick Durbin, offered to help, and I told him to hold a bit because I wanted it to be more ripe to try to consummate the deal. And you say Harry Reid also knew about this. Senator Harry Reid also knew about this. I had a conversation with Senator Reid about the Senate pick as well, and Senator Menendez, who's the head of the Senate Campaign Congressional Committee, who was willing to be helpful and try to put this political deal together. It is a peculiar coincidence that on the morning after I directed my chief of staff to work out the tactics, that I was arrested and stopped. And what is a complete lie and what is a mutilation of the truth is when the government claimed they were stopping a crime spree before it happened, when just the opposite was true. They stopped a routine political deal that would have given 500,000 people jobs. So all of that would have been on the up and up, though? That would have been on the up and up, that kind of a deal? That's not only is that on the up and up, but that was the best deal I can get for the people of Illinois. And notwithstanding, as I write in my book, my personal aversion to my choice, because it was not somebody that I liked, and her father had been blocking initiatives that were helpful to people. So if that's true, and Senator Durbin knew about this, and Harry Reid knew about this, and Rahm Emanuel knew about this, they were all involved in some way, shape, or form, why have none of them come out, and this would vindicate you to some extent, why have none of them come out and said, yeah, we had those conversations? Well, let me say a couple of things. And you say I didn't write about effing gold and all of that stuff. That, too, was taken out of context. That's the way that was portrayed. Did you say it? Is a complete lie. Did you say it? I did say that, but I said that in the context of politics, had to do with helping the people of Illinois, health care, and the Senate seat, not unlike President Obama's political deal with Hillary Clinton, where he agreed to raise money to retire her campaign debt and made her Secretary of State. She got out of the race and supported him for president. irony here, and it's as thick as can be, is that the very accusers who said those things and took things out of context had me arrested and stopped me from creating jobs for people in my state, health care for working families, and a written guarantee not to raise taxes on people. The very people who made those accusations are the ones who went to court and are preventing those tapes from being heard in their full context. I've asked since January for every one of those tape conversations to be heard, because they'll tell the full story and show I did nothing wrong.
Well,
Show the truth.
those tapes presumably will be heard at your trial next year. The people involved in this book, so many of the politicians have written it off. They've been very dismissive about the book. U.S. Attorney's Office probably won't be that way. They probably will look at this book and may use what you say in it against you, if they can. Are you concerned that you could have jeopardized your case by writing this book prior to trial?
The simple truth is what will vindicate me. I will be completely vindicated because the things that they've said are completely not the case and completely not true. And I would ask you this question. If what I'm saying is true, and the tapes will bear out what I say, and again, it's the prosecution that won't allow us to have those tapes heard publicly. But if what I say is true, then somebody is lying here, and it's not me. And if a governor was stolen from office by false accusations, knowingly given, then something is seriously upside down, and that's what the story of this book is.
All right, Rob Blagojevich, we're going to leave it at that. The book is called The Governor, Finally, the Truth Behind the Political Scandal That Continues to Rock the Nation. A lot of people involved in this, including your wife and children, the best to them.
Yeah, thank you.
What is obviously a difficult time.
Thank you.
And we're back right after this.